Join me for a newly told story. Another man is sent to a different world that feels familiar to him. The experience he possesses in this game will help him survive now that he is part of this reality. His goal will be to overcome the 100 floors of the tower to secure his freedom. Gatcha, Part 1. His name is a mercenary. He asks the others if they know where they are. Another is named Lyle, a carpenter, and he explains why he is here, though he doesn't remember. Gris runs a traveling shop and also has no idea. This is Jenna. She lives in a distant forest and is just as lost as them. Finally, Isla is a farmer and knows nothing either. They are a total of 11 people and no one knows how they got there. They begin to theorize about the reason for their gathering. What is obvious is that they all come from the same town. Suddenly, a dark fairy appears. She tells everyone that the master has opened the rift of time and space and that they must prepare for battle. Her name is Isel, the fairy who manages this place. She warns him to stay away if he doesn't want to get hurt. The mercenary asks if she is the one who brought them here, but she refuses to give him that information. So he threatens her with his sword, and the fairy calmly tells him to stop acting like that unless he wants to perish. He underestimates her, and this causes his demise. The system announces, Moment has returned to the goddess's embrace. His fighting spirit will be remembered for eternity. Cause of death, suicide caused by stress. Everyone else witnessed his murder. The fairy declares that this wouldn't have happened if he had listened to her. They will die instantly if they dare to lay a finger on her. Everyone panics. They ask her what she desires. She just demands that they be docile, that they fight and triumph, that's all. The system indicates that the party has been formed. The master has started the game. Everyone must be ready. The space-time rift opens. All of them will enter it if they don't want to perish like the previous one. Han asks for a moment. He grasps the situation a bit. The fairy wishes to climb the tower. He asks her to let the players select weapons for them since they are all without equipment. None of them understand what he is talking about. A precious 2-star hero just died. It wouldn't be too much to grant us this. That is correct. So she summons war equipment. Weapons for all individuals are handed out by the master. Hannes asks if he knows anything about this place. He doesn't know much. He didn't stay there long. What he does know is that if they don't do things right, they will perish. It would be best if everyone grabbed the weapon. The battle will begin soon. They all give in to panic. They don't know how to fight. They will take their weapons and think about it later. The first group is equipped. Malmon's corpse is no longer there. It doesn't matter. The 5 must enter now. It is natural for them to be frightened. They suddenly arrived in this place and are demanded to fight. They refuse to move forward. Han watches how Han equips himself with a shield. They even consider taking it from him. She wants to know what will happen and more answers. Han just says to go in and kill the enemies. The rest will sort itself out. The system signals the death of one of them in this group. Then the others join him. Jenna understands nothing and Han is stressed. This is what happens when there are 1-star characters. Group 1 has been wiped out. They lost right at phase 1. The next group is formed, and the fairy demands they get into position to enter. An old man makes excuses with his arthritis to avoid going. They are all about to do it. Jenna pulls the old man. They must help each other. Like the other team, none of them have ever fought before. They all enter, and the old man never stops complaining. Once everyone is inside, they make out something resembling a temple. At the entrance, it is written that it is a dungeon, and their mission is to save the world. The door opens. Don't just stand there. Let's go. They have been transported into the dungeon. Where else could they be? Floor 1. Objective: annihilate your enemies. This is the battlefield. They were just told. If they don't fight, they will all die, so they must group up. And everyone flees, even the old man with arthritis. Because everyone is terrified, their stats are reduced by 30% due to the system's penalty. They hit an invisible wall. It is impossible for them to get out of there. Instead of fighting, they demand to be let go. What a survival instinct. Jenna focuses and asks Han if they can get out if they take down the goblins. If that's the case, she knows how to handle a bow as her father was a hunter. Han will go in front while she covers him with her arrows. This is no time to worry about those of no help. Here come the goblins. He has never wielded a sword or used a shield before. His name here is Han Islat, although his real name is Han Heon. It seems he entered a cursed game that relies entirely on luck, a mobile game created by Mobius. The goal of the game is to reach the 100th floor of the tower. You farm materials to strengthen and support your hero, and you use strategy and tactics to clear the tower. Until yesterday, he lived an ordinary life. Heroes have from 1 to 7 stars, but he has terrible luck. Even with thousands of paid gacha pulls, he never got a hero above 5 stars, not even once, while everyone else has them. Unlike other similar games, it has hardcore rules. Even the heroes you invest in, if they die once, they cannot be resurrected. There is a new event in the game, Transcendental Advent. The Advent dungeon opened. The party members he formed feel fear, and their stats drop by 30%. Han is confident everything will be fine by observing the boss's patterns or shape. However, a level 999 monster covered in darkness annihilates his heroes, thus losing the game. It is obviously a system bug. They perish before he even saw the boss's patterns. Suddenly, this monster looks at him directly through the screen. This is not a game pattern. He can't see anything. An account is being created. He isn't doing anything, but can see how everything unfolds. His chosen name is whatever. We will call him Ending. It's shorter and sounds better. Everything happens without him doing a thing. Welcome to the world of Pick Me Up. Do you want to start the tutorial? By completing it, you will receive a predetermined reward. In a small village in the Jim province, there was a boy named Han Islat. This is Tanya, the land where humans live alongside other species. An unknown enemy is invading this peaceful land. You, Master, if you wish to save the world, climb the tower. Many heroes will join you. Tutorial mission: eliminate the goblins that invaded the town. He doesn't realize yet that this is not a game, but it won't take him long to do so. With the blade assigned to him, he blocks the goblins' attack. He cannot intervene. The battle is on auto, where the hero is supposed to win. But for someone who has never fought, it is not easy. Somehow, he manages to disarm the goblin. His brain couldn't process the feeling of killing another living organism. After finishing off the goblin, he levels up and receives rewards. Now he can think more clearly. He wonders where he is. He can make out familiar scenery. This is the world of Pick Me Up. The system asks the master if he will draw a new character. Summoning consumes in-game gems. The first summon is free, and the master is given 500 gems for high-rank summons. What is going on? The summon is super rare. Ending received a 4-star hero, a summon. So I was also summoned this way, like a summon from a pick-me-up player. Han introduces himself before forming a party. The master sends both of them into a dungeon. Once again, it's noticed that Han is a beginner, which is normal since it's his first time. Unlike her, who has never held a sword. With 4 stars, she defeated the goblins in an instant. She receives rewards for leveling up. An overwhelming difference in stats. Though he can't complain, she has 3 more stars than he does. Master, your heroes fought well. The final stage of the tutorial awaits you. The method to improve heroes, synthesis. The doors have opened. Han is tired. A fairy demands that he enter right away. The master is waiting. Izel. She is surprised he knows her name without her telling him first. He gives his real name, Han Jian, which is different from the character's name, Han Islat. It's even different from the one on the picture in his notebook. He repeats his name and where he comes from. Izel now understands that he comes from Earth. Where else? From Mars? He doesn't understand what happened. He feels like he's going to go crazy. He just needs to go in and that's it. Han refuses. If he does, he will die. Ithel says no, that it's just synthesizing something, which amounts to the same thing anyway. She forces him to enter. He makes a fuss while Jenna is very calm. Master, the synthesis begins. Curse it. The synthesis has started. Enhance the hero by combining them. One of the two becomes a sacrifice to improve the other. A hero is consumed in the process. The problem is that he is 1 star and the female knight is a 4-star. A normal player would have no reason to sacrifice Jenna and leave him, so this is how I'm going to die. Who would use a 4-star hero for a 1-star one? Synthesis complete. Jenna turns into light and disappears. But why? She's a 4-star. She wasn't chosen. That's all. I leave it to you. I don't grasp what is happening. Back in the dungeon. One of them has died. They must not let their guard down. If they do, they will perish. The old guys don't fight. They flee. Anyway, he survived the moment of synthesis. The master might have made a mistake. Since it involved swiping the characters, he could have messed up the maneuver. He got very lucky, and she died because the master is stupid. Jenna dealt with one of the remaining goblins, a sneak attack from behind on Han. I don't know how it was summoned here, but I know one thing. I am a 1-star hero, Han Islat. Shortly before arriving in this world, a level 999 monster stared right at me while sneering. That must be it. That thing dragged me here. You mess with the wrong person. It's over. His arm. He says he will be fine once they return. There's almost no control for the player when it comes to combat. The heroes automatically handle most of the confrontation. Despite this, this game has 1 million downloads, and the reason is that you can observe this world like a god. I was also a player who enjoyed Pick Me Up. Item crafting, tactics, and strategy. Even if it is labeled a cursed game, don't give up on it. The 5th best player, Loki, Master of Masters. Watch how I survive until the end. I decided to accept it. I won't complain anymore. This is the world of Pick Me Up. There are 2 ways for a hero to die, in combat or by being synthesized. It makes no sense to be a 1-star hero in Pick Me Up. They're disposable, and the lower quality ones are too. Our base stats and growth rate are low. I'm in constant danger of being synthesized. I need to be
become stronger, survive, get my revenge, and leave. I don't know how things will evolve from now on. I will die if I am not fit. It reminds me of when I was in the military. I don't just need to improve my physical strength, I must also fortify myself mentally. I cannot survive in this place with an unstable mind. I did fine growing up without parents or anyone to protect me. I need the focus of that era.
Jenna comes to ask him what he is doing. He is training to take down monsters. She came looking for him. She thought all night about what to do next. She accepted that they cannot get out of here. Her father was a hunter, so archery was her hobby. She won't be a burden. Nothing will change by complaining or crying anyway. Jenna understands that Han knows how to survive. Yesterday's fight was his first too. In real life, archery is not unknown to her and her stats confirm her claims. She has more points in archery since they fought. She has lower stats in Han but possesses her own unique skills. Even though she wasn't that good because it was her first battle, she managed to kill a goblin. Furthermore, she recovers quickly from the deaths of others and knows what the goal is. She is a rough diamond. Han decides to help her. She says she was raised by a good father and that relationships are important. She hopes they can be partners from now on. Han arrives annoyed because he claims to be busy, although he came quite quickly for someone who is. He says he won't answer anything, no matter how many times she asks. If she is curious, she must climb the tower. That's where the answer will be. He asks if he is the only one who can see the stat window above his head. She claims not to know what he is talking about. She just says he is level 257. Isol doesn't seem to know anything about this either. It's strange that he can do that. Her reaction was enough to know he is the only one who can see the game messages and the fake messages from the master. Isol, what happens if the master gives up? She just says to pray that doesn't happen. The master synthesized a 4-star. There is only a 1% chance of getting a 4-star with a paid summon. He wasted his luck with this mistake. Pick Me Up is linked to the phone, so you can't even restart. The aura here is different from the one on Earth. Isol continues to refuse to give him answers, although thanks to her obvious reactions, Han figures out the answers he wants, pushing her to her limits. The fairy can do nothing. She can only interfere in cases of self-defense and when the master's orders have been disobeyed. I will uncover the rules one by one. I will be eliminated if I fail to adapt. That's how this world works. Jenna doesn't grasp what they are talking about, but Han explains that they must clear this 100-floor tower. Someone called Master can give us orders through Isol. We must complete missions given by him. Probably they will be able to leave when they reach the 100th floor. They must face many monsters, which is why he trains to become more powerful. She asks if it will be just the two of them. The master can summon other people. More individuals will continue to be summoned. My life depends on the choices I make from now on, though ultimately our lives are in the hands of the master. After completing a day of training, I discovered an interesting rule of this world. Daily necessities and food are restocked the next day, and if you imagine something you would like to have, it appears in a drawer of the closet. Of course, not for weapons or similar things. The training results are also different. Some things I didn't know when I played Pick Me Up, I can now understand. Sometimes, there are heroes who have different combat power from others despite having the same rank. They have one thing in common. They are not lazy with their training. Training doesn't increase stats or level, but it refines the learning of skills and general abilities. The observing master will soon categorize the main heroes into 3. The first will be by mentality. The master is not interested in heroes prone to panic. The second will be by aptitudes. High-rank heroes are summoned with skills already learned, but the talents of low-rank heroes are hidden. The master must actively look for them. The third will be physical ability. That is what I am trying to improve right now. On the 3rd day of training, the master logged in. Han gained 2 skills by training. He did his utmost. He tells Jenna to get ready. The master is already here. He summons new heroes. A party can have 5 people. He will probably summon 3 more. The master summoned 3 1-star heroes, Aaron, Toby, and Elson. All 3 are confused about where they are. Han tells them to prepare to fight. He will explain later when they are safe. Isol opens the dungeon door. The team is formed. They must grab their weapons before it's too late. They cannot give weapons to the rest because the ones from last time all died by refusing to fight. The newcomers ask Isol questions and demand to be sent home. Jenna tries to explain that she too was forced to fight. There's no need to bother doing so because they will understand once inside. It is certainly useless to talk to them. They don't understand what these people are doing. They are probably going to die. Isol gives them a beating and then they are sent into the dungeon. Floor 2. Mission type, Conquest. Objective,
take down all enemies. Han can only rely on Jenna now. Besides goblins, there are also wolves. The 3 new members are in a state of terror and their stats are reduced by 30%. And even though she has fought before, Jenna was also so absorbed that Han scared her. That helped her release the tension. She will handle 2 goblins, Han will take care of the wolves with a plan in mind. Jenna broke free from the fear. On the other hand, the rookies are of no help. Here come the wolves. The opponents charge. Han impales one in the head. However, it didn't die because the weapon is of poor quality. Despite everything, it is still holding on. 1 down. Cut in half. Another comes from behind. He managed to block the first attack with his wooden shield. He dodges by quickly stepping back. Striking again, he finishes off the second wolf. It left him quite exhausted. He wonders what happened to the goblins. Jenna defeated them too. She riddled them with arrows. They must have been tough to kill. There's no need to shoot anymore. It's over. Floor cleared. They are back.
Congratulations on completing the 2nd floor. You will proceed to the 3rd floor. Everything starts to shake as the system indicates they're moving to the 3rd floor. Han wonders what will happen now in this state. Maybe he wants to clear the 3rd floor. It's a relief because the master logged off. Aino says she is tired even though they are the ones who fought. Apparently it's just 1 floor per day. If time passes 3 times faster here, the next time he can enter will be in 3 days. Although my intelligence decreased by 1, my strength increased by 2. My stats went up by 4 in total, but my physique is getting better. A master doesn't level up quickly either. If we set up everything like the 1st floor, everyone would have been in danger. The new guys are still looking for answers. The 1 stars are commoners. They live their lives without being involved on the front lines. To survive, it is necessary to fight, even if they have never fought in their lives. I now grasp why 1 stars are called disposable. Molmont was a 2-star. They are called mercenaries. It means the higher your star count, the more you are summoned. High-rank heroes do not hesitate. The 1-star heroes who were selected for battle get dragged into it and they all panic. The 3-star ones are different. They start fighting immediately. Did they know they were going to be summoned, or did they know the purpose of fighting? Jenna returns from talking with the others. She asks if they should help them. There's no reason to do so since they will die soon. We will see what happens during the next fight. The 2 of us will be the only ones fighting. The rest don't need to worry. Now they want to ask Han questions, but he isn't interested. A man tries to intimidate him, but Han defends himself. While we were bleeding, you did nothing behind us. With that, they should regain their senses and hopefully they will fight. Training continued the next day. Once basic exercises are done, weapons training begins. Even though we call it that, all I do is swing a wooden sword and Jenna shoots arrows. The other 3 didn't even come to the training room. They said they were going to find the exit and run away. But of course, there was no exit. Jenna shoots her arrows for Han to block, but a few slip past him. She doesn't have to worry about him. This world is not the same as the physical world they lived in before. Here, they regenerate quickly. He won't stop. It's fine if it hurts. It's proof that he is alive. The training continues non-stop, which leads to merging his 2 basic skills, giving rise to the skill, Basic Sword Shield Techniques. The master logged in to pick me up. Aino summons them for a new battle. Jenna feels ready after so much training. It seems she is adapting and she is quite motivated, unlike the others who only know how to complain about their living conditions and having to fight. Aino has already lost patience with them. They will have to go in anyway. She gives them a beating and with no other choice, they go to fight. Floor 3. Mission category Target Subjugation. Annihilate all enemies. My weapons and combat techniques have improved. There's nothing to do. Just do it like we did in training. Let's go. Just as I thought, the 3rd floor was nothing. Floor cleared. Jenna leveled up. The floor wasn't hard to clear. They did it fast enough. The others still don't want to fight. Whatever. It's better not to share experience points with them. The system advises the master to run laps in the previous floor so that the disobedient heroes increase their activity. They return to floor 1. It's a bit less heavy for the newcomers. He's being thoughtful again. Jenna does well clearing the floor. The master wants to try again. If they show it's so simple, the master won't give them a break before each fight. They move between floors, cleaning out the monsters that appear. Since they are the only ones handling everything, they are quite exhausted. The master won't send them out again for now. It doesn't bother Jenna to have to watch over the others all the time. Han tells her there's no need to worry about them. The master has no time to race bugs.
Synthesis has started. That's right, the new guys don't know what that is. Drag the heroes you want to sacrifice to be synthesized. The heroes used will die, and these idiots don't know when they're given opportunities. I was given a chance. Although small events happen off-screen, it's not like the Master completely ignores this. The Master is capable of knowing who fights on the front lines and contributes greatly, and who is being lazy. Izel orders Jenna and Elsin to step into the center of synthesis. Han tells her nothing will happen to her. Elsin, terrified, asks what will happen to him. They will be judged for what they have done. He doesn't find it fair. He was dragged here for no reason. That's what he thinks. What do you want? You want help even if you can't fight? Things would have been different if you had tried. Both step into the synthesis room. Elsin wants to get out of there. His body becomes light and is consumed to increase Jenna's level. She exits the room confused, without fully understanding what happened to that gentleman. In short, useless people are sacrificed. Now it will be my turn. I wonder which of you two will be next. Eren and Toby are very scared. Toby starts to hallucinate. He thinks he's being sent home. He can delude himself into thinking that. Synthesis complete. Toby turned into light and vanished. Eren obtained the calm skill. You were lucky. The Master gets rid of them in this room if he considers he doesn't need them. Jenna looks very dismayed. Even when she complained they weren't helping, she's afraid of ending up like them and becoming useless one day. The higher the floor, the stronger the monsters and summoned humans will be. Either you die at the hands of our enemies or you will end up as a sacrifice. Listen to what your father said. If you want to live, stay on the good side. The next day, Jenna tells Han she will be under his protection. She will be safe if she's on his side, and with that she wants to make it clear she's in. You won't die as long as you do what is expected of you, so don't worry.
Eren has arrived. He wants to train too. He regrets causing trouble up until now. His way of acting was cowardly. It wasn't right to leave the fighting to them alone. He will change his behavior. He seems to have regained his senses. While it seems hard to trust him, I also came into this world without knowing how to fight. If I fight well, it's because I am determined to fight and survive. This is a spear. I am not an expert, but I've heard it is one of the easiest weapons to learn. Try using this. The concepts of close, mid, and long-range combat for 3 people with nothing, that's one of the most effective combinations. What are you doing? Prepare to fight. I cannot teach you to use the spear if I have never used it myself. I learned this on my own. You can do the same. At least you should be grateful to have someone to practice with. All I had was a scarecrow. Eren has no idea how to fight. He closes his eyes right when attacking. Terror. Han kicks him in the stomach. Is that all you can do, even if it's not a fight where your life is on the line? Jenna wonders if he isn't being too harsh with the first training. He has no intention of carrying burdens. He will discard anyone who can't keep up with his pace. Eren has a little sister waiting for him. He's better off than Han, who has no one. What will happen if you don't return? If monsters kill you, it would hurt a lot. You're better off being synthesized. Don't start anything if you can't finish it. The look in your eyes is better now. A forge was built consuming the Master's gems. The fact that the blacksmith is available now. Han calls Isel and she obeys, but very begrudgingly. You again? You are the one who sent advice to ending, aren't you? You can use the internet. If you can interfere with a system, then you can use it. The hints you sent probably came from the strategy forum. I put a level into the training center. After summoning 10 weapons, the next step is to open the forge. Isel is impressed that Han handles this information, which is normal since it was in the post on the official Pick Me Up forum. Loki posted that too, a player of the game. To her, he was always just a low-level hero. Loki is the master of masters, the god of Pick Me Up. He would have been rank 1 if he had a 7-star hero. She loves Loki because he is someone who can make the impossible possible. That is basic knowledge. Well, I feel really sorry for you. I am Loki. Isel doesn't believe what he's saying. Account number? 466-31913. For reasons such as hacking, the Pick Me Up account number is only known by the account master and the server admins. Isel verifies what he says. It turns out to be true. She asks him for an autograph. She is a member of the Ragnarok Loki Club. It's his fan cafe, something he had never heard of. That's when he realizes he has been speaking arrogantly to the real Loki this whole time. I am only 1 star right now. Who cares if you are arrogant?
She asks what will become of Niflheim without him. That's the name of my account's lounge. 13 floors just in the VIP room, 20,000 capacity. Most buildings are infrastructures from level 18 to 22, so it's the endgame. But that, right now, no longer matters. I, a master, am here now. Isil worries about the 20,000 troops. Can she send them out? She says she cannot. She remains just a mid-level administrator who gets stepped on anyway. The owner of this ending is a human from Earth, right? And the summoned heroes are AIs. The original world is a bit different, but all of them are human. The master doesn't know we are. He is just a player who enjoys playing pick-me-up. Since the heroes are just entertainment products, they face all sorts of dangers. Anyway, if I reach floor 100, will I be able to return to Earth? You don't know. Next question. Who brought me here? You can't answer? That's fine. Like you said, I will find out by climbing the tower. Next question. How far can the master's authority reach? For now, Isil assists him by opening and closing places and supports his decisions. The bases of other masters are similar to this one. Mobius set up a system that summons an infinite number of heroes with thousands of patterns. That was a lie. As for me, the heroes people believed were real humans. To think that the things in the game were reality in another world. My careless decisions towards the heroes could have been a death sentence for others. Isil, if you want to climb the tower, listen to me. I will help you scale it. Jenna is a genius. She grew at an unthinkable speed. She had never held a bow before, but she quickly grasped the principles. But on the other hand, Aaron was slow. He could end up dying if it continues like this. He asked Jenna to accompany him for a moment. Isil and she start arguing over who serves him best. About to spill who Han really is, he grabs Isil. I don't know what's wrong. And yes, she says it. But Jenna doesn't know who Loki is, since she isn't a user. After talking, he asks her to open the warehouse. He finds steel, leather, and wood. Now they head to the forge. He intends to use another blade because the one he has is worn out, unusable. From the conversation with Isil, Han discovered that he is half master, half hero. It is therefore possible for him to enter areas that only masters can. The forge lacks facilities. There is neither experience nor blueprints, so penalties apply. The success rate is awful. He selects the puzzle difficulty. The higher it is, the better the reward. Han chooses the extreme hell difficulty. It's a mini-game made by the masters. Most of them skip it, but the rewards are juicy. He has 3 minutes. He can't even make out the shape. No problem. Isil is impressed by Han's authority. Hand of 1,000. Huge success. Han crafted a well-forged rank C longsword. At least the materials are basic, but were forged with skill. He crafts weapons for the others. A balanced short bow, a sharpened long spear, a hard iron shield, all rank C equipment. That's because the materials are poor. He wouldn't make flashier equipment, it would attract the master's attention.
They return to the dungeon. Jenna uses her new bow in the fight. They are on the 4th floor. Duty type, conquest, objective, kill all enemies. The master sent 3 people into the raid. The plan is for Jenna to aim at the harpies and Aaron to protect her. As soon as everything starts, Aaron gets scared and his stats are reduced. He is too nervous to fight properly. Han slaps him to make him react. They will die if he fails again. Han advances against the goblins, telling them not to make fools of themselves. All 3 do well following the initial plan, claiming victory and a few rewards. Aaron ends up exhausted, even though he didn't do much. He worries about what will happen to him. Despite everything, he is added to the favorites like Han and Jenna. It seems you are going to live. He is moved. His efforts saved his life. Jenna says the subordinates acted well. Aaron succeeded. Han leaves thinking back on what his #1 subordinate said. That would technically be Cirrus from Nilfgaard. 5 members per party, 6 stars and level 99. Personally raised, 5 divine skills and other ultimates. I might meet them somewhere in the tower. It's an AFK party, so Han says Master Cirrus will take care of Nilfgaard, and there's also Jernit. Both are so wise and intelligent that one wonders if they are really AIs, although she wasn't an AI, now that I think about it. Cirrus, are you really going to leave? Jernit, you should know that every minute counts. They entrust tasks to each other before parting ways. They need to investigate and find out where their master, Loki, is. The housing leveled up. The heroes' caps have increased. A restaurant was built, so they will have high-quality food. The training center increased its efficiency, as did other buildings, like the warehouse, the workshops, and the forge. The heroes are surprised by the evolution the master underwent. He put real money into the game, a normal thing seeing how things are getting fun. He probably feels like he's playing with real people, though that's because they are real people. The waiting rooms improve as you climb the tower. Ending's online time is fixed. He's likely an office worker. It seems he also does research and can spend money on the game.
Pick Me Up is not a game that gives you more gems through missions like other games, and there are very few events that give you lots of gems. There are only a few ways to get gems for free, so a user who spends money is good. The master begins 10 summons, excited to see which heroes will come. The house decoration is complete. It's time to receive guests. There are 2 ways to summon: normal summon using gold, and advanced summon using gems. Of course, the latter is better to tempt users to spend money. 10 people are summoned. They go through the same thing as the ones from last time. Han has no intention of wasting time with the new guys, so he will set the record straight from the beginning. He will only explain things to the survivors. Isel organizes everyone. He wants to separate them according to the functions they can fulfill, like carpenter, tanner, or cook. Roles must be distributed since there are new facilities. If the ones who died before had been summoned now, maybe they would have survived. The waiting room system is changing. 2 groups are forming. Han is quite harsh with the rookies. If he considers them useless, it would be a waste to feed them. The master will start separating the useful ones and will eliminate the new 1-stars. If you can't adapt to the situation, you will perish by natural selection. In the raid, the first ones begin to fall. There was no need to explain anything to those dying in the lowest stage. 2 died and 2 survived. It's the others' turn. They are not ready. Aaron sympathizes with them. He can't stand seeing the novices fall. It's not his fight, but Han thinks real combat experience will do him good. It's nice that Aaron wants to help them, but he shouldn't follow Han as an example. Jenna suggests going to eat. They have only eaten potatoes lately. Han notices that the sky watches them like a god. Han says he shouldn't worry. This god cannot hear every person's voice, although they reach him through a filter. The floor has been cleared. No one died. Aaron took down a single goblin. He understood that he shouldn't handle everything by himself. Everyone will go to the cafeteria to relax. The building was upgraded. They will eat well as long as the master doesn't deem them useless. They are excited at the thought of eating meat. Unfortunately for them, it will be the same ingredient as usual. There are condiments, but that's the only thing there is. That guy said he was a cook, but he doesn't even have a cooking skill. He checks if there is another person who might have it. He asks one of the girls her name, Chloe. She will cook from now on. Dolph promises he will do better. If he wanted to lie, he shouldn't have done it about something where he'd get busted. This is the last time I let this slide. Chloe did a wonderful job as a cook. She managed to prepare a wide variety of dishes. The fact that there were multiple species helped make this possible. It's time to explain to the others what this place is all about and what the goal is. Nobody arrived knowing how to fight. Those who haven't fought worry about the situation, but they just have to fulfill their role. The old man tries to lie again. He'd fare better in the synthesis room. Non-combat professions have a higher chance of surviving, but they shouldn't rest easy. If a more capable person is summoned, they can be replaced. From the second day, the simple life slowly starts to change. 3 heroes come to training: Guide, Hansen, and Dika. It is assumed the others are scared and hiding. Now, Han can entertain himself with new opponents in training. The stat difference between Han and the novices is like that between a child and an adult. Jenna's bow skill reached level 5 and the dagger skill reached level 2. Aaron's spear skill reached level 2 but hasn't progressed further. He was the first to come train and the last to return, but didn't gain a useful skill. The 3 up front are level 1 swordsmen. Well, they are better than the others hiding. A few days later, a free tentpole happened again, this time without me having to act. Aaron and the other 3 took care of it. New people arrive and will continue to do so. Jenna wonders why the master doesn't advance to the 5th floor. A lot of time has passed since the 4th stage. The 5th floor is on a whole other level. The first party members haven't been selected yet. Every 5 stages, the difficulty spikes. It's like the idea of a boss floor. Even I am not 100% sure I will survive, even with training. How many will die and what degree will the difficulty reach? There's no need to tell Jenna that. They are back on the 4th floor. The novices are put to the test. The ones in front are merely shields. They don't need to force themselves and attack. They have a spear and arrows behind them. With a battle cry, they motivate themselves to face the goblins. The weak have their own way of fighting. They hold formation and manage to hold out quite well. Instead of individual strength, they combine their power. Han will not fight. If it were up to him, he could clear the floor all by himself. If he interferes, they will learn nothing. They successfully cleared the floor. I don't know what kind of mission will be given on the 5th floor. And among the missions given, there is a mission I couldn't accomplish alone. The youngsters are quite happy with what they accomplished. They look good in the eyes of Jenna and Han. The time the master is offline has greatly increased. They gained the blacksmith and a tanner and started producing gear. The blacksmith and the tanner collaborated with the carpenter and began crafting equipment. They mostly craft rank E swords and shields. These were given to the new heroes and exponentially increased survivability.
For the main group, better quality equipment was given, and 3 people who were not active were synthesized. They were people who never came to the training room and said they would run away while looking for the exit. Among them was Dolph, who lied about his title. A few days have passed. The novices are already used to the 4th floor, so much that they grew bored of it. This time, it's the 5th floor's turn. According to Izzle, it's going to be a bit different. It's fine if you are relaxed, but don't be too relaxed. They cross the gate and arrive in the area where the raid will take place. The zone is a ruined city. They spawn in the middle of it. There are no monsters nearby. They will head to the center of the city first. They will assess the situation. The city is empty, and not just of monsters, there are no civilians.
This is not a subjugation mission. One of them found something. It's a skeleton. In this place, there are buildings, but there is no one. There are bloodstains, but everything is dry. This is completely different from what they have done so far. Han asks Jenna to climb the clock tower. From the top, she observes the surroundings of the city. She ends up seeing something that leaves her perplexed. She would like to think her eyes are deceiving her. She doesn't know if what is happening is real. There are numerous goblins outside the city. They are coming towards where they are. There are thousands of them. Floor 5. Mission category, survival. Objective, survive the horde of enemies. There are too many of them. She needs to get down immediately. They must not panic. This mission is not for subjugation, but for survival. They just need to stay alive for a certain amount of time. They are not allowed to hide in the buildings. They must move to another location. 10 minutes. That's the time they must stay alive after the enemies arrived. They just need to stay alive for that long. What awful luck. The probability of a party surviving a survival mission is 9%. There aren't many tall buildings, but there were a lot of complaints about heroes getting pulverized in low buildings. There is no better place. There are no good buildings anywhere else, so in the end they will carve a path. They don't have time to look for another spot. The passage is narrow, so we just have to fight one by one. It doesn't matter if there are thousands of them. I'll take the left corridor, and Aaron will take the right. Guide and Hansen will take the middle corridor. Let's fight taking turns. Do not assist and use the time to catch your breath. Jenna, you'll be on standby in the middle of the intersection. Use your arrow sparingly and only shoot when I tell you to. Before the goblins arrive, make a barricade. Keep this in mind. If they breach through a passage, we all die. 30 minutes. I don't think it's lobby time, but aligned with real time. The timer will start the moment we engage the goblins. The first goblin spotted them, and that's how the struggle begins. They couldn't even finish building the barricade. At first, the goblins are no challenge to him, but the issue is their numbers. Getting to this point, they will make the barricade out of their corpses. Even though they eliminate goblins, they keep spawning, over and over. When he gets tired, he will switch places with Jenna. The pattern to follow is clear to him, just block and attack. Aaron wants to confirm that they only have to hold out for 10 minutes. Barely a few minutes have passed. Do not die in a place like this. The endless struggle against the goblins continues. Han orders Guy to switch places with Hansen. He is stubborn and says he still has the energy to fight. However, the man is very weak and lacks much stamina. His sword technique is not that good. He got overexcited and lost too much strength. One slash is enough. One strike per monster to maximize efficiency using the least amount of stamina possible. I stab, I slash, and I stab again. These goblins are as sturdy as the ones on the first floor, but there are many of them. Furthermore, they charge at them as if they just want to die.
It's time for Hansen to strike again. Jenna will help guide and must pick up the arrows she shoots. That is what she was waiting for. She will shoot the goblins crossing over. Aaron asks for the time, assuming the 10 minutes have already passed, and Han says only 5 minutes have elapsed. The continuous fighting begins to exhaust them. A goblin slices Guy's hand, and now he is bleeding out. He must switch with Hansen right away. There is no time to worry about him. He will heal when they get back. However, he goes into a panic state and loses stats. Han is very angry and stressed by the situation. If Guy doesn't control himself, he will get them all killed. Han will help stop the bleeding. Guy must pull himself together and go help Hansen. While this happens, he handles holding off the goblins by himself. Hansen's sword has already lost its edge and he wishes to recover a bit. He says he is ready to fight. Meanwhile, Hansen must repair his sword. That this happened was predictable. Even though they are better than rank F swords, they are still just iron swords. It is possible to finish off enemies without a sword. He can also use the shield. Now Jenna is going to switch places with Aaron. He needs to rest while he can. Only 3 minutes remain. They must hold out for 3 more minutes. 30 minutes have never felt this long.